Now I'm going to change the little gasket that's underneath this little timing access cover. This is the cover that's on the side of the pump that's normally facing the engine block, so you can't get to it while the pump's installed anyways. So I never had this side off, but I do want to make sure that I change that gasket because the new one came in the kit, so it'd be kind of silly not to bother changing it now while I can. There's a little bit of rust in there. So clean this up. And the new kit came with two of these, one for each side. Doesn't appear to matter which way this goes on, as long as this side's facing up, because it's got beveled countersunk screw holes for the countersunk screws that hold this cover on. It's funny how the little holes in this gasket are actually smaller than the screws. I guess that's by design probably, so that they tightly fit around the shank of the screw, but it makes it a little bit of a pain to get it in. I'll try a different approach. I'll try putting the screw through, pushing the gasket down onto the screw. There we go. That's working better. Where'd that other screw go? There it is. Push it through the back. There we go. Now that I've got those started, now that should go on fairly easily. And I think to do the final tightening on here, I'm going to grab a better screwdriver than this bent piece of junk. Now there is actually a torque spec for these screws, but I'm not bothering with that because I do not have a torque screwdriver. But in case anybody else does and they actually want to go by the book here, the timing screw covers are 15 to 20 inch-pounds. I figure now I'll install the other two head locking bolts. They're the two smaller ones. They're the same size. One here and one on the opposite side over here. But what's puzzling to me is these are the ones that I took out, and there's no O-ring or anything sealing them. So I don't know if it's because of their proximity that they don't require to be sealed. Just going to double check the parts manual and see if it shows anything. Well, no, it shows that these go in without any O-ring or any kind of a crush washer or anything. And then when I went to look at the torque specs, I realized I made a mistake here. And right here I noticed that down here it says head locating screw, and it shows with copper washer, or with O-ring seal only, or with steel retainer and O-ring. and there's different ratings. And so then I realized that they're talking about the screw on the bottom here that I put in, this big one, which I had mistakenly thought was the head locking screw. So these two little ones that I'm getting ready to put in now that don't have anything on them, those are the head locking screws. Those are the ones that are supposed to be 30 foot-pounds each, or subtract 30% if they're that cadmium coated. And then, so that means this head locating screw, this big one on the bottom here, that I had installed with the O-ring, with O-ring seal only, should have been 37 foot-pounds. So I might want to snug that up a little bit more, but I think I was pretty close to that already. So I just grabbed my torque wrench, and I still had it set to the 21 foot-pounds that I had set that head locating screw to on the bottom. So now I'm gonna torque these to 21 foot-pounds, because again, the 21 foot-pounds that I'm coming up with, that's the 30 foot-pounds minus the 10% to account for the fact that these are, I believe, the coated screws against the aluminum body. Of course, this is a little tricky to do with the pump not mounted in a fixture. See if I can't come up with a better way to hold on to this. Well, there's a pretty unorthodox way to do this, but I don't have a test fixture or a jig to mount this in. And it works. At least it worked that way. Next to this one on this side is going to be a little trickier. Yeah, that's right, crowbar. Being real careful where I'm grabbing it. There's plenty of strength here at the flange, mounting flange, so I'm not really concerned about damaging the pump body by doing it this way. Just got to get the exact right combination of angle and pressure. Rotate this a little bit more. Get it right into the right spot. That's better. There we go. Okay. Now I think I'll go back and retorque this head locating bolt, because I believe I don't have that torqued enough, because I've got that right now at 21 foot-pounds, and that's the one that, according to the documentation here with the O-ring, should be 37 foot-pounds, and then again we'll take that 30% off. So that's 3 points on roughly 12, 37, 27. I will call it 25 foot-pounds. So I'm at 4 right now. I mean, I'm at 21 right now, so I'm going to readjust the wrench to 25. Okay, there we go. It's 25. Oh, switch sockets. Actually, I already had that at 25, huh? Alright.